Prince Harry references his and Meghan Markle's baby at Invictus Games opening ceremony. Prince Harry is one proud father-to-be. The 34-year-old referenced his and pregnant wife Meghan Markle's upcoming arrival while speaking on stage at the opening ceremony of the 2018 Invictus Games at the Sydney Opera House on Saturday. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex last weekend travelled to Australia to begin their first joint royal tour. Hours after landing in the country, Kensington Palace announced that the two are expecting their first child. "Thank you for the welcome you have given Meghan and I over the last few days," Harry told the crowd. "I have been so proud to be able to introduce my wife to you, and we have been so happy to be able to celebrate the personal joy of our newest addition with you all." After making his speech, Harry joined Meghan, 37, in the audience. The Duchess was all smiles in navy Stella McCartney cape dress and matching coat by Gillian Anderson for Windsor, London, which she paired with Stuart Weitzman pumps. She wore her hair in her signature messy bun. Meghan had worn the same dress to Harry's grandmother Queen Elizabeth II's 92nd birthday concert in April. Earlier in the day, the Duke and Duchess arrived together at the Sydney Opera House wearing matching black button-down Invictus Games shirts. Meghan sat in the front row of the open-air venue and watched Harry practice his speech. Harry, who served in the British Army for 10 years, founded the Invictus Games, an international Paralympic-style sports competition for wounded and military personnel and vets, in 2014. He and Meghan made their first official joint appearance as a couple at the 2017 Invictus Games in Toronto in September of last year. These games were created for our men and women in uniform, designed around their talents and their needs, and built not just for them, but also for the friends and families that have supported their recoveries and had their lives changed forever, Harry said in his speech. Over the last 4 years though, the Invictus Games have become about much more than the thousands of competitors who have taken part. Invictus has become about the example of service and dedication our competitors have provided to the world, he said. Our Invictus family has turned these games into a symbol of strength, honor and optimism for a new generation. Meghan Markle and Prince Harry are on day 6 of their first royal tour as a married couple. Yesterday they received an enthusiastic welcome at the delayed opening ceremony of the 4th Invictus Games, Harry's flagship sporting event for injured or sick Army veterans. Today the newlyweds, who are expecting their first child, were expected to attend the first day of the Invictus Games competition, created by the Duke of Sussex, in which more than 500 competitors from 18 countries will compete. But only Prince Harry will make an appearance at the official planned engagements, as Kensington Palace have said Meghan's schedule has been cut back following a busy program. Highlights from today's events include road cycling time trials, which kick off at 9:30 am local time, 12:30 am BST. The cycling will be followed by the sailing at 11 am local time, 1 am BST. The final major event of the day will be the road cycling criterium, at 1:30 p.m. local time, 3:30 am BST. 1:50 am update. Harry is not joined by Meghan for day 6 of tour. The Duke of Sussex has arrived at the Botanic Gardens in Sydney to meet Invictus competitors and staff. He has not been joined by Meghan as her schedule has been cut back following a busy program. Kensington Palace said, after a busy program, the Duke and Duchess have decided to cut back the Duchess's schedule slightly for the next couple of days, ahead of the final week and a half of the tour. 1:30 am update. The sailing is underway in the glorious Sydney Harbour where Harry and Meghan are watching. Sydney Harbour provides a spectacular backdrop for the Invictus Games debut of sailing. Boats will sail from the Cruising Yacht Club of Australia at Rushcutters Bay to Farm Cove. Meghan and Harry are expected to be watching the event as it makes its Invictus Games debut. 1:27 am recap. Harry and Meghan's royal itinerary for day 6. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle will be at Royal Botanic Gardens to cheer on the Invictus Cindy in cycling. The parents-to-be will then enjoy a slap-up lunch with the Australian Prime Minister, Scott Morrison. Invictus family and friends will also join the special luncheon. Harry and Meghan will then watch the sailing competition, which kicks off at 1 am BST. They will then attend a private Invictus Games reception at Governor House. 1:00 am update. Spectators react to the first event of the games. Twitter user Nick Steiner penned, at Invictus Games, So inspiring and emotional. And good to show the kids what real grit looks like. We're in awe. Another said, Gary Robinson smashing it at the Invictus Games. Meanwhile, Aussie politician Gladys Berejiklian wrote, at the Royal Botanic Gardens to watch the start of the Invictus Games cycling. All the best to all of the amazing athletes competing. You are an inspiration. 12:40 am recap. Prince Harry opened the Invictus Games yesterday, which is the centerpiece of the royal tour. Prince Harry launched the event with a very personal speech at the Sydney Opera House forecourt. The father-to-be gushed about the couple's exciting baby news, which was announced hours after he and wife Meghan landed in Australia earlier in the week. He said to huge applause, I have been so proud to be able to introduce my wife to you, and we have been so happy to be able to celebrate the personal joy of our newest addition with you all. The Games is the biggest highlight of the royal tour for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. The excitement of the tour has been added to by the news of Meghan's pregnancy, as eager royal fans begin to notice traces of a baby bump.